So I don't know if you notice it, but I've cried my heart out. I have trigger warning for suicide and all of that, suicide ideation, but I have gone wild with the ideations. I've sent potential suicide notes to as messages. I've lost my mind. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. I just been throwing tantrums like since the moment I woke up, or since like 2 a.m. I've just been throwing tantrums, and then I went online and like I already had I already had issues, my mental space, thinking about somebody that I was with, and the person, the idea of it being over, like I was losing my mind here. And then I already had this pending bank issue too that had not been resolved for a week. Today would make it a whole ass week, and they had not resolved it, and they had not sent me a message. So I went on Twitter, and as small as my account was, I was just like tweeting rubbish. I don't know if it was an episode or something, but I was just tweeting nonsense, like, and it was not nonsense because I was just crying basically, and saying like, you need to help me, you need to help me, or should I just kill myself, things like that. And usually I'll be embarrassed, but like, why should I be embarrassed when I'm the one feeling all the pain? Like, is the embarrassment going to make the pain any go away? Like, if I don't feel embarrassed, if I prevent myself from being cringe or embarrassing, would that chase away the pain in my chest? Would that resolve the issue for me? Would they think, oh, this person is not embarrassing us, so we don't have to, like, we're going to resolve your issues? No, I screamed my heart fucking out, and I cried on Twitter, and I sent them message and everything. That's the fucking bank. And then they replied me after sending them a message like around 10 a.m. They replied me around 12, blah blah blah, that I should send my details and everything. And then I sent my details, and then like I sent my details because they were taking too long. I sent a message by 10, and they replied me by 12. So anyways, I was losing my mind, and I'm all by myself, and I'm not at home. So I was like, okay, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to say everything. I'm not going to be ashamed. Anybody that read my tweets and feels like, oh, this person is being a weirdo, I don't care. You can block me. I have just 18 followers on Twitter. Nobody checks for me. Nobody talks to me on there. So like, why should I be? What is the embarrassment coming from? Anybody that knows that feels I'm extreme, they can go fuck themselves, or they can just block me. It's not that hard. It's a public space. So anyways, eventually, like, they replied me around 12 p.m., and then I saw their messages at 12:41, and I was like, hello, these are the details, this is blah blah blah. Already caused confusion. Now let me tell you the issue that happened. So I booked a flight for,
There you go.
so I was like, I booked a flight on a platform, and I used my bank to pay, and those weirdos, like, I don't know, the transaction was delaying for so long, and then eventually the platform was like, oh, no transaction, like, did not, like, I should contact support or something. And I was freaking out, and then I contacted the bank through a phone call, customer care, and the person on the line told me that the transaction was a failed one on their end, and that they would reverse it for me in 48 hours. And that was a Friday, like today. But like, just they don't work on Saturday and Sundays, and on Monday and Tuesday was the Salah break. So I was like, okay, by Wednesday I should be hearing something. And then on Wednesday I sent them a message by email, and they're telling me on or before the 7th, that's next week Monday. And I was just losing my mind that this person, I thought, like, why are people just holding my money? What's the reason for holding my money? What's the logic behind that? And I didn't get any good response. Like I was asking in my brain, I was losing my mind. There's no money in my account. Even when somebody sent me money, I didn't see anything. Like, how much in my account for 7 naira? What am I going to do for 7 naira? And a whole week I was supposed to leave when, and now I'm spending a whole week plus. So like, the resources to stay for the next 1 week or 2 weeks, if these people delay, where would it come from? So I was just like losing my mind, and I was like, I don't know what to do. So I left the house today on a walk, and I just started walking, and then I came here to this street, and I don't know, I just started crying like a fool. And I cried and I cried and I cried. I was like, no, I'm not just going to cry. I'm going to make noise. And that's why with my 18 followers, I started screaming at them on Twitter, at all their stupid fucking accounts. Started screaming at their asses and telling them that, okay, hello, okay, no wonder now, because I'm a small account, you need influencers to make you move. And I did that that's all for someone after sending my, I did that like from 1 o'clock to like 30 minutes. I was 30 minutes. They did not reply me. They did not. Stupid people. They did not reply me. 30 minutes, 1 hour. I now called another customer care number that I saw on their site again. That one was the landline, and then the person was not like telling me with this most slothful voice that my account has been, my issue is resolved, that actually they paid successfully. I'm like, what? The other person I spoke to told me they didn't pay it successfully. Now they're telling me they pay. Who am I supposed to believe? And they're like, transfer was successful, that they took blah 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 amount of money. I was like, okay. Now the issue is not to contact the payment platform, because those ones sent me a message that they didn't see the money and all of that. So now I've sent several mails to them, and I've left the harsh review on a platform that does reviews about things like that. So after leaving that review now, is I'm just waiting. Somehow I feel a lot less stressed about it, because I know that it's not the bank hanging on to my money. It's just whatever. So I don't know. I just wanted to rant, because I could not rant when I was feeling like, when there were literal tears in my eyes and this burning feeling in my gut, and I was so fucking stressed out. Like, that is not good at all. God, I hate the banking system. They just suck ass. So I came back to this spot again because I don't know. I didn't feel like walking around looking for a spot, and I didn't feel like, I don't even have the transport fare to get to the bus stop. So trekking to the bus stop and then trekking back after sitting down there under the sun in full glare of all those cockers is definitely not worth it. So I'm just here under my tree. And in the midst of all that madness, when I was losing my mind, when I just felt like drinking something poisonous, I could not find any like thing to stop me. There was nothing I could think of to comfort myself in that moment. I was just free falling. And that thing that Abraham Hicks used to say, like, if you find yourself falling out from a plane with no parachute, what are you going to do? And then they will not be like, don't worry, to be over soon. So I feel like now I can look at it with the eyes of that. What, I don't know, I guess it is over now that I've stopped crying, and I've stopped crying, and I don't know. Yes, now that I've stopped crying, I feel like I've probably splattered onto Earth's surface. So now that I've splattered, now what? Anything. I feel like from now henceforth, when I want to rage and rave, I'm going to allow myself to just rage, because at the end of the day, it's cathartic. And if I don't rage, it feels as if I'm waiting for somebody to come and hold my hand and tell me, ah, don't cry, sorry, sorry, I'll do it for you, I'll handle it for you. And it's like, there's nobody like that. So since there's nobody like that, why not just rage to the fullest? And then when I'm done and finished crying like a child, I'll just clean my face and continue on. Is it not allowing myself to rage that actually increases, like incenses me further? I was also talking about, saying goodbye to somebody that I cared about, kind of like a relationship thing. Like, maybe that's the underlying rage in my heart here. Maybe that's just the underlying rage in my heart, and everything else is just a victim to it. All those things are just contributing in their own special way to the rage. I don't know. It's that thing where again I'm still talking about, like, providing for myself, self-sufficiency, self-sustainability. I just want to take care of myself by myself and for myself. I don't want to ask anybody. I really don't. Feeling the need to ask anyone outside of me is what is making me insanely, like, driving me up the wall. It feels as if I'm the type of person that would rather die than ask for help. But like, there's also the fear of dying. Like, now I feel so fucking hungry. But like, the idea of asking for food, of asking the people I used to ask for money so I can buy food, just makes me want to rip my tummy out and throw it in the dustbin. Like, what are you doing here? You're not doing anything. Why the fuck are you here? Why are you just here to to plague me with some kind of, and I know it's not my tummy that's screaming for food. I know it's my brain. There's somewhere in my brain I've conditioned myself to be hungry. I don't want to feel that emotion of hunger any fucking more. Especially when it's something that inspires me to, as if I'm begging or something. Like, I'm not begging anybody for anything. I don't want to beg anybody for anything. But the stress of being pushed to that point where I feel so desperate, that desperation is just so sickening. So sickening, and I don't want to give in to the desperation anymore. That's why instead of looking for solution, I try to rage at UBA themselves. Let me fucking rage at them. It's their fucking bloody fault. If they had done it, I'll know that I'll start asking paystack for my issue resolving since last week. But these bitches, they did not do anything. They told me, they gave me false information, and now they are backtracking, saying that it's not false information, that the transaction is successful. And I also received a debit, document that it was successful. So when the customer care was telling me it was not successful, I was like, okay, a load of just reverse my money. How long would that take? How long should that take? Anyway, the point is, I'm angry about this relationship rubbish, and it's not like I'm against relationship. Now I just have to redefine it for myself. I am a fucking alien. So, like, does love even matter to me? How do I need a relationship? Do I need a relationship? Now that, when people, like, before, when I think about the whole breakup thing, it's like, oh, should I start thinking of who will replace this person? Why should I think of who will replace this person? Like, let me live my life as an alien. Let me just live my life as an alien. Like, anywhere the thing take me, man. Like, I don't fucking care. Let me just be an alien, and let me figure what that means before, like, and even if I come to the pressing desire to fall in love, to do something, I have to ask myself as an alien, like, what does love look like? How do aliens fall in love? And I cannot even refer to aliens falling in love because I'm not like other aliens. I am an alien. That is the meaning of alien. Every alien is peculiar to itself. So, like, I can't look at other people's handbook or saying, oh, this alien fell in love this way, so I'll fall in love with this way. No. So I don't know. I don't know if this video makes sense. I'm sitting on a chair now because that kind guy offered to give me the chair again today, and he was like, he wants to escort me. I was like, whatever. Okay, it's not like I'm talking to anybody before, so. And again, now I'm not in a relationship anymore. I would like to have a lot of friends of all genders, so whatever, man.